Welcome to SAP Material Management. If you want to understand how this system actually functions in a live business, the most critical process you need to master is the procure-to-pay, or P2P cycle. This cycle tracks the complete life cycle of a transaction through 5 distinct milestones. We start with the purchase requisition, convert that into a purchase order, register the goods receipt when the item arrives, verify the invoice, and finally issue the payment to the supplier. But before you can execute a single one of these steps, your system requires a solid foundation. Your enterprise structure and master data, specifically your material, vendor, and plant configurations, must be fully set up. Running this exact sequence is how businesses bridge the gap between tracking physical inventory in the warehouse and managing their financial liabilities in the accounting department. Let's walk through it. Step 1 is generating a purchase requisition, or PR. This is an internal request. To start, enter the transaction code ME51N. Once you are in the item overview grid, you need to provide 3 specific inputs: the material number for what you want to buy, the quantity required, and the target plant, like T82 or T84, where the goods will be delivered. Warning tone. When you hit save, look closely at the bottom status bar. The system will generate a PR number. Write this down immediately. Losing track of this number is a very common place for beginners to get stuck. Now we move to step 2, converting that internal request into a formal purchase order. Enter T-code ME21N. In the header section, you need to assign this order to a specific supplier. Input your vendor number, your purchase organization, and your purchasing group. Instead of manually typing out the material details again and risking a data entry error, reference the PR number you just saved. The system will automatically pull in your material and quantity data. Before you finalize, click the double tick icon at the top of the screen. This runs a system check to ensure there are no missing fields or data conflicts. If the check comes back clean, save the document and immediately capture the new purchase order number generated in the bottom status bar. At this point, your internal departmental request has officially become a legally binding order, dispatched to your supplier. The next phase begins when the supplier actually delivers the requested physical goods to your warehouse loading dock. To record this arrival, open T-code MIGO. From the drop-down menus, select Goods Receipt and Purchase Order. Then enter the PO number you saved earlier. This is a screen showing the Item Details area in SAP MIGO. Before you can proceed, you must check the Item OK box right here. You cannot post the receipt without explicitly telling the system you've verified the physical condition of the goods. Click Post. SAP generates a material document and immediately updates your physical inventory counts to reflect the new stock. With the physical goods secured, we shift to financial reconciliation. When the vendor's bill arrives, open T-code MIRO for invoice verification. Link the bill to your physical receipt by entering the invoice date and referencing that same purchase order number. Next, check the Calculate Tax box. The system will process your parameters and display a total calculated amount for the invoice. Take that exact calculated total and manually type it into the amount field in the header. This step forces you to confirm the balance. Look for the balance indicator icon. When it turns green and reads 0, your financial inputs are perfectly aligned. You can now save the invoice. Your physical warehouse receipt and the vendor's financial claim now match exactly. The liability is locked into the company's ledger. The final milestone is clearing that liability by paying the vendor. We use P-code F53 for this. Start with the header data. You need to enter the document date, select your bank general ledger account, and type in the exact payment amount. Scroll down to the Open Item Selection menu and enter the vendor account number. This tells the system exactly which liability you intend to clear. Hit Enter to move to the Process Open Item screen. Verify that the payment amount equals the open liability. The unassigned balance at the bottom should read precisely 0. Occasionally, you might hit a roadblock here, like a number range missing error. If that happens, you'll need to jump into T-code OBA7 or FBN1 to configure the missing number range for your accounting documents. Once your balance is 0 and there are no errors, hit Save. The system will generate a final payment document number, proving the financial obligation to the supplier is officially settled. This is a 5-step flowchart of the procure-to-pay cycle. You've just successfully navigated every phase, from the initial purchase requisition all the way through to the final payment. In real-world terms, Your department requested a material. You ordered it, verified its condition upon delivery, reconciled the bill, and issued payment, without a single accounting discrepancy. If you ran into configuration roadblocks during the process, like those number range errors, drop a note in the comments below so we can help troubleshoot your setup. Executing this cycle independently takes you out of the beginner phase. You now know how to navigate and manage the core procurement operations of an SAP integrated enterprise.